Welcome to Scholastic Scrimmage here on WQLN PBS. Scholastic Scrimmage is brought to you by the members of WQLN and these sponsors. Morris Coupling, a company with a strong commitment to service, manufactures parts for pneumatic conveying and industrial vacuum systems. Supported by a dedicated group of employees, Morris has called Erie home for more than 80 years. When it's time to choose a college, there's a choice recognized worldwide that's close to home. Penn State Barron offers the resources of a major university with a wide range of undergraduate and graduate degree programs and support for student success. Learn more at barron.psu.edu.
Hello, and welcome to the third season of Scholastic Scrimmage here on WQLN PBS. I'm your host, Glenn Holland. The match will have two halves with a lightning round midway through each half. We'll get to know the students a little better at halftime. As a reminder, Scholastic Scrimmage is a game that requires rapid recall of specific factual information and is not indicative of academic training. Time for our first toss-up. Buzzers ready? Let's go. Toss-up. What president was in office during the XYZ affair, signed the Alien and Sedition Acts, and served Cranberry, Cohen? Connor?
John Adams.
That is correct. Here is your bonus. What river, which receives the Tonle Sap in Phnom Penh, empties into the South China Sea in southern Vietnam?
Yellow River.
No, that's the Mekong River. Toss-up. What wave property, whose square is proportional to its intensity, is a wave's maximum displacement, or equivalently, the height of its peaks? Cranberry, Dane.
Amplitude.
That is correct. Here is your bonus. What biblical patriarch's sons were Shem, Ham, and Japheth?
That's Noah, right? Noah.
That is correct. Toss-up. What woman whose husband wrote the elegy Adonais and whose mother authored A Vindication of the Rights of Woman wrote the horror novel Frankenstein?
Mary Shelley.
Thank you. That is correct. Mary Shelley was married, of course, to Percy Bliss Shelley. Your bonus. What Italian-American physicist lends his name to particles with half-integer spins and created the first man-made nuclear chain reaction?
Dominici.
No, it was Enrico Fermi. Toss-up. What item was the subject of a 1964 great debate that replaced the Pearson pennant as the red ensign's replacement in favor of a maple leaf design?
The Canadian flag.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. Gerald Ford became vice president after what man, a former governor of Maryland, pleaded guilty to tax evasion and resigned in 1973?
Nixon.
No, it was Spiro T. Agnew. Toss-up. What material forms due to compression of peat, has subtypes like anthracite and bituminous, and is a black-colored rock burned as a fossil fuel? Cranberry, Dane.
Coal.
That's correct. What five-letter term, this is your bonus question, what five-letter term for a covered porch becomes with the addition of an akina, the name of the sixth largest Hawaiian island?
Patio.
No, it's Lanai. Toss-up. What author faithfully presented a pure woman in an 1891 novel about an English dairymaid who marries Angel Clare, titled Tess of the D'Urbervilles? The author is Thomas Hardy. Toss-up. What book set at the house of Cephalus tells the story of the Ring of Gyges, describes the allegory of the cave, and was written by Plato? Cranberry, Dane.
The Republic.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. What Austrian composer headed the Second Viennese School and developed the 12-tone method of musical composition?
Beethoven.
No, that was Arnold Schoenberg. And that means it's time for our first lightning round. Mercyhurst, you won the toss, so you have a choice between topics. The two topics are chemical elements and railways.
We'll take chemical elements.
All right. Name these elements. Every answer has an atomic symbol that starts with a vowel. By mass, the primary component of water.
Hydrogen.
Actually, it's oxygen. Element with the atomic number 13 used to make soda cans.
Aluminum.
That's correct. Halogen added to salt that the thyroid needs.
Pass.
Metal whose sterling alloy is used to make utensils.
Silver.
Correct. The most malleable metal.
Gold.
Yes, that is correct. The radioactive element obtained from yellow cake.
Pass.
The third most abundant element in Earth's atmosphere.
Pass.
Toxic element found, the third most abundant element in Earth's atmosphere, surprisingly, is argon. Cranberry. Railways. Name the country that contains these railways or railway lines. The Trans-Siberian Railway.
Russia.
Correct. The Shinkansen or bullet train.
Japan.
Correct. The Indian Pacific, which crosses the outback.
India.
That's Australia. TGV high-speed rail serving Lyon and Marseille.
France.
Correct. The Jungfrau Railway, which ascends the Alps.
Pass.
Pass. The Haramain Railway, connecting Islam's two holiest cities.
Israel.
No, it's Saudi Arabia. The Empire Builder, which uses the Cascade Tunnel under Stevens Pass.
Pass.
The Afrosiyab, a high-speed train between Samarkand and Tashkent, that is in Uzbekistan. The Jungfrau is in Switzerland. And now we're back to our regular line of competition with another toss-up. What country, where the partisans fought Nazi occupiers under Josip Tito, split in the early 1990s into smaller countries such as Croatia and Serbia? Mercyhurst, leave.
Yugoslavia.
That's correct. Here's your bonus. Richard Francis Burton disguised himself as a Muslim to enter what city, where he performed the tawaf ritual of walking around the Kaaba?
Medina.
I need it from the captain.
Medina.
No, it's Mecca. Your next toss-up, pencil and paper ready. How many inches are equivalent to 10 yards, given that a yard equals 3 feet and a foot equals 3 inches? Mercyhurst, Jackson.
What is 360?
I'm sorry?
360?
That is correct. Here is your bonus. What element's cation is bonded to HCO3, the bicarbonate anion in baking soda? That element is sodium. Toss-up. What alliterative term for a paint made from lime or chalk can refer to a punishment given to Tom Sawyer or an attempt to cover up one's misdeeds? That is whitewash. Toss-up. What author wrote about the death of a Native American named Chingachgook in his novel The Pioneers, which is in his series The Leatherstocking Tales? Author is James Fenimore Cooper. Toss-up. What type of tissue that is rich in mitochondria contains the proteins actin and myosin and is classified as smooth, cardiac, or skeletal? Mercyhurst, Leaf.
Muscle.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. Which British scientist's 1801 double slit experiment showed that light could display characteristics of both a wave and a particle?
Schrodinger.
No, it's Thomas Young. Toss-up. What maritime province in Canada includes Cape Breton Island to the southeast of New Brunswick and has a Latin name meaning New Scotland? Mercyhurst, Leaf.
That would be Nova Scotia.
Correct. Here's your bonus. What word for a kind of psychological manipulation taken from the title of a 1944 film was chosen as Merriam-Webster's Word of the Year for 2022?
Gaslight.
The term is gaslighting, yes, taken from the movie Gaslight. Toss-up. What man who helped lead a strike against grape growers in Delano, California, worked with Dolores Huerta to found the United Farm Workers? That was Cesar Chavez. Toss-up. What team won the 1997 and 2003 World Series, currently stars Cy Young winner Sandy Alcantara, and plays at Lone Depot Park in South Florida? Mercyhurst, Jackson?
Would that be the Rays?
No. Cranberry? Connor?
Marlins.
That is the Miami Marlins, you're right. So here is your bonus. Lake Nasser formed in the 1960s as a result of the construction of what dam along the Nile River?
Lake Victoria Dam?
No, it was the Aswan Dam, meaning high dam. It is now halftime. The score is Mercyhurst Prep with 95 points and Cranberry with 85. Let's take a moment to get to know our contestants a little bit better.
My name is Jordan. I'm a junior at Cranberry High School, and my favorite subject is French.
My name is Dane. I'm a junior at Cranberry High School, and my favorite subject is math.
My name is Kayla. I'm a junior at Cranberry High School, and my favorite subject is history.
My name is Connor. I'm a sophomore at Cranberry High School, and my favorite subject is Spanish.
Hi, my name is Jackson Kalashevsky. I'm a sophomore at Mercyhurst Prep, and my favorite subject is probably math.
Hi, my name is Olivia Costco. I'm a junior at Mercyhurst Prep, and my favorite subject is English.
Hello, I'm Leith. I'm a sophomore at Mercyhurst, and my favorite subject is social studies.
My name is Kaylee. I'm a sophomore at Mercyhurst Prep, and my favorite subject is science.
We are back for the second half. Buzzers ready. Here comes the first toss-up. The holder of what position outranks the president pro tempore in the U.S. Senate and is first in line to assume the presidency if the president... Mercyhurst, Olivia.
Vice President?
That is correct. Here's your bonus. What 1944 law provides benefits, including college tuition and subsidized loans, to returning World War II veterans?
Social Security?
That is the GI Bill. Toss-up. What author who wrote about a centenarian in Violetta and used magical realism in The House of the Spirits is the niece of a former leader of Chile? That is Isabel Allende. Toss-up. What 2023 film, which ends with the title preteen girl played by Abby Ryder Fortson getting her period, is an adaptation of a Judy Blume novel? Mercyhurst, Olivia.
Red?
No. It's incorrect. Cranberry? The film is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Toss-up. What English king, during whose reign the transatlantic slave trade was banned in the British Empire, ruled during the American War of Independence? Mercyhurst, Jackson.
Henry VIII.
No. It's incorrect. Cranberry? Dane?
William?
No, it was George III. You'll see him in Hamilton. Toss-up. What European country whose Green Line buffer zone separates its Turkish and Greek regions is governed from Nicosia and is a Mediterranean island? Mercyhurst, Lee.
That would be the island of Cyprus.
Yes, that is correct. Here is your bonus question. What term, which originally named the Soviet agency in charge of forced labor camps, is also used in English for the camps themselves?
Gulag?
That is correct. Toss-up. What country's current insurgencies include the southern Naxalite conflict, as well as fighting in Arunachal Pradesh and Assam, far east of Delhi? Mercyhurst, Leaf.
India.
That is correct. Here's your bonus question. A vulpine creature declares that unreachable fruit must be sour in what fable attributed to Aesop?
The Fable of the Fox and the Stork?
No, I'm sorry, it's the fox and the grapes. And that means it is time for our second lightning round. This time, Cranberry has choice between two topics. The topics are NFL duos and Chicago.
NFL duos.
All right. Name the NFL team that featured these wide receiver quarterback duos during the 2022 season. A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Correct. Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford.
Los Angeles Rams.
Correct. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen.
Buffalo Bills.
Correct. Jalen Waddle and Tua Tagovailoa.
Miami Dolphins.
DK Metcalf and Geno Smith.
Seattle Seahawks.
Correct. Cortland Sutton and Russell Wilson.
Denver Broncos.
Correct. Treylon Burks and Ryan Tannehill.
Tennessee Titans.
Correct. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jared Goff.
Detroit Lions.
Correct. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
Dallas Cowboys.
Correct. You chose your choice of topics extremely well. And that means that Mercyhurst, we will continue with the lightning round. Your topic is Chicago. Answer the following about Chicago. It is the most populous city in this state.
Illinois.
Correct. The Great Lake on which it lies.
Michigan.
Correct. University of Chicago Law School professor elected president in 2008.
Barack Obama.
Correct. NFL team that plays at Soldier Field.
Bears.
The Bears, correct. Skyscraper that was once the world's tallest building.
Sears Tower.
I'm sorry?
Sears Tower.
That is correct, the Willis Tower now. 1871 disaster, sometimes blamed on Mrs. O'Leary's cow.
The Chicago Fire.
That's correct. Democrat elected the city's mayor in 2023.
Pass.
Chicago Airport named for a 1942
O'Hare.
battle.
O'Hare.
No, that's Midway. Particle Accelerator and the Chicago suburbs.
CERN.
I'm sorry?
CERN.
No, it's the Fermi Lab. Hull House co-founder and the first U.S. woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize. That is Jane Addams. The current mayor of Chicago is Brandon Johnson. And we are back to regular competition with this toss-up. What animals, some of which engage in lunge feeding, in which they catch prey with hair-like baleen, are cetacean? Mercyhurst Leith?
Whales.
Correct. Here is your bonus. What alliterative term denotes a quantity, abbreviated K, that gives the maximum possible stable population of a species in any given habitat? The term is carrying capacity. Toss-up. What military installation was surrendered by Major Robert Anderson after a bombardment in South Carolina in 1861 that helped trigger the Civil War? Cranberry, Connor.
Would be Fort Sumter.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. In October 2022, what right-wing populist leader succeeded Mario Draghi to become the first female prime minister of Italy? That's Giorgia Meloni. Toss-up. What country, whose island of Surtsey emerged from the ocean in 1963, primarily uses geothermal energy and has its capital at Reykjavik? Mercyhurst, Leith?
Iceland.
That is correct. Here is your bonus. What French dramatist wrote about the wealthy Orgon whose wife Elmire fends off the advances of the title con artist in the 1664 play Tartuffe?
Hugo.
No, the dramatist is Moliere. Toss-up. What acid selected by parietal cells was once known as muriatic acid, is the main component of stomach acid, and has... Cranberry, Dane.
High hydrochloric acid.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. An amphoteric compound, such as water, is one capable of accepting or donating what species?
What? Mammals?
No, it's proton. Proton or hydrogen ion. Toss-up. Members of what art movement included Englishman Alfred Sisley, the American Mary Cassatt, as well as Frenchman Pierre-Auguste Renoir and Claude Monet? Cranberry, Dane.
Impressionism?
That is correct. Here's your bonus. Tyre and Sidon were leading cities in what ancient civilization of the Eastern Mediterranean that created the first known alphabet?
Phoenicians?
That is correct. Here is your next toss-up. What poem, which includes the line, "I will show you fear in a handful of dust," in a section titled "The Burial of the Dead," is by T.S. Eliot? Cranberry, Kayla.
The Wasteland.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. What Englishman claimed that the laurel withers quicker than the rose in To an Athlete Dying Young, a poem from his 1896 collection, A Shropshire Lad?
Give me a boat. Ernest Hemingway.
No, it is A.E. Housman. And that is the conclusion of our contest. Mercyhurst Prep, your score is 205. Great job during the match, and good luck with the rest of your academic year. Congratulations to Cranberry with a score of 235. You will be moving on. I'm Glenn Holland. Please join us again for the rest of our competition.